Alright, this is Alan Mullis, and I'm going to be demonstrating the Partner VM16 here. Just changed the spindle bearings, it's nice and white. It's 1200 RPM. RPM, 5,000 RPM, 6,000 RPM. It could do 8. I've got the parameters set to top out at 6,000. There we go. So we're going to zero out on our part. So we're going to go to hand wheel mode, jog over in our X. So now we're going to press F8, zero the X. We're going to offset it negative 100 thousandths. And there we go. We'll jog over on the Y. X. Let's stop there. Now we're going to go F8Y. And our zero is going to be on the center of the part. It's 1 1/4 stop. So we're going to enter an equation to zero our part on the Y. It's going to go 1.25 divided by 2 plus 0.1. And there we go, 725. Put that there. Now, we're going to pull our program that we're going to run. So we go to Run, Menu, and we're making machine T-nuts. So enter, and escape back, run, tool set. It's telling us that we've got tool 20 in the spindle right now. Press OK, cycle start. Enter the height of setting gauge. We're going to take off 1/16 of an inch on the Z depth on our material. So we're going to enter a 0.0625 in there. It says to enter the tool number 1. We're going to stick tool 1 in here. Go. So after we've touched off, follow the directions, enter, it zeroes the tool, brings the head back up 1/16 of an inch. We'll clear our work. As for our tool diameter, which is 1/2 inch, and then as for the next tool we're going to touch off, which is going to be 2. Any of your tool diameters as you're entering them can be entered in it as an equation as well. So for example, we're going to enter a 27/64 drill. We're tapping for a 1/2-13 hole. We're drilling to tap a 1/2-13 hole, so we go 27 64ths. Enter. To number 4. So I've decided to mill the threads instead of tapping because it didn't like a half 13 tap too good, going over an inch deep. So we wanted to see how the operation of the machine, and I'm going to walk you through loading your program. We'll walk around to the back of the machine. So here's your multi-format card reader. We'll take our compact flash. Plug her in there. The light blips, you know you're good. So we'll close that. Come back to the front of the machine. Go to Utilities, Files, Load, and it pulls up E drive, which is our compact flash. We're going to go down to machine T-nuts. We'll set and then start. The program already exists. We're going to load it anyway, and it's done. So we'll escape out of there. We've got to run, menu, and we're going to select machine T-nuts. We want to see what the program is going to look like. We go to F9 verify, and then we go to display, graph, escape out, start, and cycle start. And you can go graph, auto, rotate it, isometric, and that's showing our toolpath right there with the rapids being in red, tool 1 being in green. And it's showing our toolpath at the feed rate that is programmed. Escape out. We can go to drive. Yellow toolpaths for drill events, different tool. So we're going to speed it up here a little. And the feed rate is pertinent in this as well. We're going to hit drive and we'll slow it down with our feed rate. And there's all our peck drill. And then there's our thread mill. Milling a half 13 thread. So we can escape out of there. Go to display. We've got distance, which is going to be all of our distances. Our error, this shows you where the servos are sitting versus where they are programmed or told to sit. Graphics, we saw. Diagnostics. This gives you all your inputs and outputs coming from the control, controlling the operations of the machine. So for example, if we tell the spindle to go clockwise, you'll see this close, and this close. And there you go. And we've got an indication there that lets the control know that the spindle is up to speed. Stop it. And 0 speed lets the control know when the spindle has stopped. So these are all your proximity switches relating to the tool changer. And these are extra inputs and outputs. So we'll escape out of there. We're going to run the program, but before we do, we want it to display the distance. Escape, run, start. Lets us know tool 1 is in the spindle. We hit F1 OK. And from the cycle start, we have the option to start it at a block number in the program, or at a tool number. So if we wanted it to start at tool number 2 instead of tool number 1, we'd enter our tool number. It would find the tool and start the program from that point. So we want to start it at the first block. I'm going to set our feed rate and spindle speed at 100% and press cycle start, and we're off. And right now we're feeding at 60 inches a minute, spinning 3,500 RPM. Still feeding at 60 inches a minute, profiling the side of the T-nut. Now we're at 4,000 RPM and 50 inches a minute for the finish pass. While this is drilling, I'm going to demonstrate some of the features of the control that you can access while the program is running. So here's your menu with everything that's going on, the current lines of the program, so on and so forth. So we're going to escape out. If we wanted to edit the program, we go to F8. We can edit any program. In order to edit a different program, we would press F1 text, F7 menu, and then select our program to edit. We're going to look at the T-nut program that's currently running. So we hit enter and scroll down to take a look at it. We could edit any part of it. We're going to escape out. If we wanted to go back to the run mode, we hit run. If we want to halt the program, press F9 halt. We have hand wheel function now. So if I wanted to crank the hand wheel and scroll through the program, we can press activate that. And then as I crank the hand wheel, if you watch the machine, I'm controlling the movement of the machine. If I stop, the machine stops. This works good for trying programs. So now it's going over to the next bolt hole, and so we can deactivate that, press cycle start, and the program carries on. Also, you can modify parameters. If you wanted to modify your coordinates, you can do so here by editing any of these, and you can do that on the fly while the program's running. And escape out, modify your tool offsets while the program is running. You got 99 available tool offsets and 56 available work offsets. So we're going to escape out of there. You got your diameter offsets, height offsets. You can save and load programs. You got control parameters and user parameters. All of that available while you're running. You got a display. You can look at it graphically while it's running. You see the white dot is representing the center point of the tip of the tool. And so that's the basics of the operation while the machine is running. And I'm going to halt the program right there to clear my chips. So we just halted the program. We're going to press F9 resume and cycle start, and it will continue. Now we're going to mill the half 14 threads. Going a bit slow. I messed up on my feed rate on the thread milling, so I guess I'll get to show how to edit a program. We're going to halt it right there. We're going to escape out. Stop our spindle. Program. Edit. And we're going to go down to our thread milling cycle. Alright. We're going to change this to 15.2 inches a minute and 16. And we're going to have to do that on all of our bolt holes. And you can tell the threading cycle eats up thread milling. Takes a ton of code. program. And while we're at it, we're going to change a few things at the end of the program. We're going to make this Z positive 5 inches a minute, and we're going to add a line. Press enter, and G0 space G53 space Y0, and that's going to bring our vise back toward us so that we can change the part more easily. Going to press escape. The program was modified. Yes, we want to accept the changes. Now we've got tool 4 in there, so we're going to run, start, OK, tool 4, tool call number. So there we go. Tool 4 is located. Press cycle start to start the program from this location. Just going to wrap it up and start the program from tool 4. And now we're moving along like we should. Currently spinning at 4,500 RPM.